All right. Hello, everyone. This is Josh Matthews Morgan with Learn Your Brain, and I am very excited to have this special guest on today, Shannon Hernandez. She's going to be doing a live workshop for all of our audience and sharing how you can use your content personality type to build a marketing strategy, which is something I'm super interested in and super intrigued by. So let's just get right into it with Shannon. First, I want to bring her on now and just say welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Hey. So why don't you just kind of introduce yourself a little bit, and if you want to start by talking about what makes you so passionate about this subject and kind of a little bit anything about your background you think our audience would need to know.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Josh. So everyone, I'm a business growth strategist, but there's an important point to make. We only operate through the lens of joy, and through joy, you get to money. It's never the other way around. So my brand is actually called Joy Money Revolution, and we are all about helping coaches and consultants learn how to best grow their business through that lens of joy so that they have maximum revenue, maximum profit, maximum time off, and all the things that we stand for. So many years ago, I am year 10 as a strategist. But many years ago, somebody called me and they were in tears because they had joined a coaching program and it was time to write the book. And they didn't want to write a book. They were actually paralyzed around writing a book. They had no desire to sit down and write a book. And she actually called me and asked if I would help her outline the book so she could show up at this live part of their program and have something to work on. And I actually talked her out of going and saying, you don't have to do the things that you don't want to do to grow your business. This is not joyful. And so that night I laid in bed and I thought, I've got to help people, because I kept hearing this, like people were saying, oh, I have to do video. Now I have to be on Instagram. I got to be on TikTok. I got, all the things that we kind of think that we have to do, or what many marketing people lead us to believe is the thing that we should be doing. And I really was moved by that conversation. And for the last 5 years, I've helped thousands of people around the world get totally aligned with their content personality, take a quick 3-minute quiz, and understand that whatever your results come back as, we can build you a marketing and a selling strategy using your content personality, using your natural strength. You do not need to be pushed out of alignment, and you don't have to spend any more time doing shit that you don't want to be doing. And so our mantra around here is, if it ain't joyful, we ain't doing that shit.
I love that so much. Yeah.
And it's so true, right, Josh? Like, who wants to sit around doing stuff for their business that they don't even want to be doing in the first place?
Right. Yeah. I think a lot of people, like you said, just get pigeonholed into that and are convinced that this is the only way and this is the right way to build my business. And so they're like, suck it up, buttercup, but that's what I love about what you and what you're all about, is you are the opposite of that. And you take a stand very powerfully for the side of joy. So cool.
Yes. So we asked everyone to take the content personality quiz. If you didn't take that quiz, it's okay. Josh can drop it in the show notes, or he can drop it wherever. It's really a quick 3-minute quiz. And a lot of the value that comes after that quiz is, we're going to take you through a little email series of how to do this for your marketing, how to do this for your selling. So you're going to get great value from the emails that come after, specific to your content personality.
Love it.
So, Josh, what is your content personality?
So I was live and in person.
Okay,
I think that's what it's called, right?
Yep, live in person. So just for the audience, before we show this graphic, there are 5 content personalities. There is video, there is visual, that's like graphics. There is written, there is audio, and there is live in person. And what we know from the research we've done and just working with thousands of people on this is that when you stay in your dominant content personality, even if you take the quiz and it's a shock and you're like, oh my God, I am video. No wonder I hate doing my podcast. Like this happens to people a lot. Or, oh, I am a writing content personality, but now I wonder how I can get more sales calls booked, or how I can do better marketing knowing this, right? So whether it's a shock or a confirmation when you get your result back, we really ask that you embrace it. You read those emails that come after, because they're going to give you so much insight into how you can go about doing business and marketing and selling in a different way. All right.
Love it.
Awesome. So Josh, before we share the graphic, let's just do a little brainstorm. This is super fun to do it live. Live in person means you show up live in person. Now, COVID had a lot of us who are live in person. I am too. All right. Having to really go to live in person via video, via Zoom, via Facebook Lives, like as much as we can, embracing this idea of being live in a room with people. So for those of us who are live in person, COVID really shifted the way that we needed to do business and do marketing and selling. But outside of that, or in conjunction of it doesn't matter. What ideas might you have for marketing your business using live in person, knowing that it's naturally how you show up in the world?
Yeah, good question. So I mean, I obviously, the first thing that pops to mind is just like consistent, like Facebook Lives, and even like a daily type of thing where I'm just producing and putting content out into the world. That's the main thing. I guess I'm a little bit like at a loss about how to turn it into a fully fledged marketing strategy, because I know that there's more to it than just go live every day. But that's something that I feel like I actually enjoy, just like having a topic and maybe throwing together like a few bullet points and just rolling and and being extemporaneous and off the cuff. So and so I guess that's the main thing. That I'm sure there's other like platforms and things I could tap into. Like, I guess like Clubhouse was all the rage at one point, and it's kind of like a little bit of a live type of effect too. But
you know what? You and I would not love Clubhouse. That's for our audio people.
It's audio.
Because it is audio only. Like, one of the things about the live in person content personality is people feed off our live energy. That's why live works for us. So like standing up on a stage, or like you were just in my group training, like that was probably super fun for you because it was live. It was not a pre-recorded thing, right? I'm here training live with you and your people. So it's this energy of how do we have that live energy? And for us, it's interaction, right? We don't want to pre-record videos with nobody around. Like, that's probably the worst thing you could ask us to do. But a video personality, that is what they need to be doing, right? Because they don't want the live energy. They don't want to have to think off the cuff. They don't want to have to go live and figure it out on the fly. And so that's just like such a nuance, right?
That's amazing. Yeah, that's such a good point. Because I was wondering about that too. Like, should I just be doing video, or, like what's the difference between live versus video? Because it seems like for me, there would be some overlap. But that makes a lot of sense in terms of the energy dynamics with who the interaction.
And Josh, one of the things too that you might think about for your own brand, because we are live in person, I do a training Tuesday, 2 or 3 Tuesdays a month in my group. I've opened up the Joyful Zoom, I call it the Joyful Zoom classroom. And so not only am I live streaming into my group, but I brought people into the classroom so that I have that interaction within the Zoom classroom to the Facebook Live, and I can do some laser coaching. It has changed everything for me as far as going live and teaching in a live format. So that's
I love that. So just having like a consistent, like, it's a week, you said 2 or 3 times a week?
Yeah, we do it twice a week.
Yep. Oh, twice a week. Oh, wow.
Oh, sorry. Twice a month. Training
right.
Tuesday. Yep.
Training Tuesday. I love that. Okay.
So if you want to participate in one, the next one's coming up next Tuesday, and you can either join live on the Facebook feed, or you can hop into the Zoom classroom, and I'm able to like do some live coaching, which is super fun for our content personality.
Cool. Love that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So, Josh, if you'll show the screen, I kind of want to go through some of the things that we know about the different content personality types, because not everyone's going to be live in person. So go ahead and share the screen.
All right.
Beautiful. So what you all are looking at here are different ways that you can use your content personality to market. And then for those of you that want to know, how do I use my content personality to sell? we're actually hosting a workshop the last week of January where we're going to focus on that. So I can give that link to you, Josh, if you want,
Awesome.
so people
can
check that out. So in terms of, let's just start, because we're talking about live in person. We best use our content personality in live settings. So things that work really great for us is going to other people's retreats or hosting our own retreats, hosting workshops or attending workshops, going to book signings. Like these would be for the authors if they don't want to sit behind a computer, like let's get the book out there into the world, and networking groups. And this was one of the hard parts for us during COVID, because a lot of our networking was just closed down or it got switched to virtual platforms, right?
Sure.
So one of the things I want everyone to think about in terms of the live in-person content personality is our energy usually sells us. So Josh, when I don't host my own workshops and teach, my lead gen breaks. I did this in Q4. Like we totally broke our lead gen. Why? I don't know. I know this, like who cares? It doesn't matter why at this point. But when we went back and looked, I had not taught live since March. And we were wondering in Q4, like, where are all the people who usually sign up to work with us, right?
Interesting.
So we put it back to the front that Shannon needs to be teaching and training live. That is where her energy is. And that's where people like get really magnetized to work with us in this brand. So I would imagine you're probably the same if you can just go live and share and be in service and do your trainings like you just did in my group. Like that's where you shine, right?
Yeah, love that.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're not live in person, let's just go around the wheel. We'll go to the right. If you're written, ways that you can really optimize your content personality in terms of written is case studies where you show like true transformation. Like this is how Josh started with us. This is how Josh ended with us. These are the things that happened in between, like the keystone moments, if you will, like the turning points. Those case studies are really powerful for the written content personality because they really like to explain what happened in detail, right? Like that's totally their jam. They can also write guidebooks. They can write ebooks. They can do assessments. Like the quiz is a written assessment, if you will, the content personality quiz. I had to sit down and I had to think, okay, what are the questions that I want them to answer? And then what happens when they answer? So the written content personality has a lot of ways that they can really use their skills as a writer to generate leads and really tighten up the marketing from the writing perspective.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love that.
What I want to say here, and I should have said this before, is we have identified across all 5 of these a total of 157 different ways to market your business.
Wow.
Okay. Written has like 32. I'm only sharing 4 because I can't put 32 ideas on this graphic, right? So imagine if you're a written or a live or video or audio or visual, and I'm sitting there and I'm telling you, like, we're going to help you find the way to market and sell. We have 157 choices. I am certain that we can find 1 or 2 that are joyful and get results.
Absolutely. Yes. Right? Yes. You would hope so.
Yeah. So it's really, really cool to know that this is just a small sampling. Like if you see something here and you're like, oh, I wonder what I am, we'll take the quiz. And then, oh, I wonder what this also could look like. Just know we've only put 4 of the options on this graphic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the visual content personality. These people always know who they are. They're the people who love Canva. They love getting information in visual graphic. They freaking love those IKEA directions that I freaking hate because they're all in like illustrated steps. And all I want is like, download a QR code while somebody walks me through it.
Yeah, seriously.
Right? Or give me the written directions so at least I can like check it off as I go.
Follow it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So our visual people are people who would thrive with a marketing and selling strategy that was focused around infographics, image quotes, memes. These are the people that know the meme cats, right? They know the meme, all the things that I don't know about because I see a visual come across and I'm like, whatever, like
yeah.
where's the live part, right? Like where's the written? These are the people who love to create their branded graphics that go in their brand covers. And they really like to put together generally presentations that are visual heavy. So like SlideShare presentations or things of that nature where they can walk people through visual formats of getting their point across of how they coach or how they consult or what their business is about. The interesting thing about visual people is they're in the minority and most of the information is not in visual format.
Yeah.
So they feel like they really have to go do a podcast or a video or something, but I'm here to tell you, you do not need to do any of that. We can help you decide what's the best way to visually represent what you do. And as a tip, and we'll get more into this at the workshop at the end of January, it's really along the lines of when you show up on Zoom, which is how I would recommend you do your selling, and you sell, you should not be the focus of the conversation. You should have your visual graphic stuff that show people exactly how you can help them, because that is how you're going to best sell your services.
Yeah.
Right? So super
Love
fun.
that. Super fun. Play to your strengths. I mean, like I hadn't even thought about doing that for a visual person. It seems like Zoom would just be video to video, you know, in terms of seeing their face. But I love that. That's a great tip in terms of that.
Yeah. And for our audio people, they generally do not want to be on video. So we either have them do sales calls via phone or turn the video off on Zoom and just have your profile picture up. Like it's totally a thing and it's totally fine. So our audio people are people that really could benefit from putting together marketing and supporting their selling and things like affirmation playlists, teleseminars where you don't have to worry about the camera component, right? I still have clients that are like phoning in to phone platforms and posting their stuff because they don't want to be on video. They don't want to deal with having to see everyone, like it's visually distracting to them. And they just want, they're just their audio, put their headphones in and go, right?
Yeah.
Audio people are great for podcast interviews, and they're great for, one of the great marketing things that audio people can do is interview other people via audio and put those audio clips out as part of their lead gen, or have someone interview them so that their video clips are the lead gen that generate leads for people to book the sales call via phone, right? Yeah. So once again, this is just a sampling. I think there's 26 audio marketing tips that we can do with people.
Cool.
The last one is video, and we get a lot of questions, right? Of, well, isn't Zoom video or isn't this StreamYard video? And it is, but what makes it different is it's live. We are live. Right. So this plays more to the live in person. There's a lot of people who want to do video and they don't want to go live. It's just not their comfort zone. It's not their strength. They don't want the energy of other people in their lives. They don't want to have to watch the comments. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on there. So for video, straight up video people, your best marketing is marketing where you have pre-recorded or you use those little doodle and whiteboard videos. You know what I'm talking about? Josh, where,
the animation type of ones where, exactly.
You can totally do your voiceover. You can turn your content into what we call vlogs, which is a video-based blog. So you can talk people through the content on the page. You can talk people through the training, but it's pre-recorded. And then Zoom trainings that you are actually going live. And I'm sorry, you are going on Zoom and you are hitting record, but you are not going live.
Not going live.
Pre-record, right? Pre-record. So all of these are really beautiful ways for people to say, gosh, what am I already good at? Or what do I think I'm good at, to take the quiz and get kind of some confirmation or some new ideas of how to do your marketing and your selling via your content personality.
Love it. Love it. That's fantastic. Yeah. And how many did you say there were total? 157?
157.
That's amazing. That's amazing that you come up with that many.
Yeah.
So, very cool. Yeah.
So Josh, we're having a workshop at the end of the month.
Okay.
We're going to dive into it's a 5-day workshop. Day 3 is understanding your content, personality, and marketing. And day 4 is how to use it in your selling. So I can get you the link for that so you can get it to your group. And I'd even love to have you there, kind of see what you discover over there.
Would love that. That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. Send me that link and I'll post it in the comments section of all the places where this video is streaming live too. So people can go check that out.
Beautiful. And if anyone wants to get in touch with me, my Facebook group is Joy Money Revolution for coaches and consultants. You can also email me hq@mshannonhernandez.com. And Josh can also tell you how to
post that too. Yeah. Yeah. I'll put all that stuff in the comments right after we finish with the live. So perfect.
Thank you, Josh. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate it. This was awesome and very eye-opening. It's very cool.
So welcome.
Thanks.